stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
We have a couple of buys, actually, to end the month of May on, and our strategists, Nina Mishra and Kevin Cook, are here to tell us more about them. So, coincidentally, these are both rated buy.
Yeah.
Nina, we'll start with you. Actually, that word is in the name of your company, Best Buy.
Right. So it's not been easy for most brick and mortar retailers, but Best Buy is one of the very few that have been doing well. And they have been surviving and thriving in this Amazon era. They have made a lot of improvements in their merchandise, in-store shopping experience, and marketing over the last 3-4 years. They have also increased their focus on their e-commerce operations.
Right.
And according to Best Buy, 70% of the U.S. population lives within 15 minutes of a Best Buy store.
It's interesting.
So that means, people can shop online and then pick up from a nearby Best Buy store.
Sure.
And also there are items like TV and appliances that people prefer to, see in person and then buy. So that also helps Best Buy.
Sure.
They reported excellent results last week, beating on both the top and bottom lines. And in fact, if you look at their price, consensus, and EPS surprise chart, you'll see that they have been beating consistently since 2013. Such a beautiful chart. And if you go to detailed estimates page, you will see that analysts have been raising the estimates for the company before the report and after the report also. And so that means the stock could go to a Zacks rank #1 in the coming days if we see more increase in estimates. It's, as I mentioned, as of now, it's a Zacks rank #2 stock with a VGM score of A. And
it's got some strong value characteristics.
Right. It's trading at a forward PE of 15.73, which is not too expensive. And it also has a nice dividend yield of 2.31%.
So somehow they survived. What do they call that, where you go shop the thing at Best Buy, but then you go buy it online? What's the phrase for that? I forgot. The kids know. But anyway, you shop the electronics, you want to feel it, touch it, play with it, but then you really go buy it online. And somehow Best Buy found a way to beat that, right?
Yeah, I think the word is showrooming.
Yeah, showrooming, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and they now match Amazon's prices.
There it is.
So then why not buy from the store itself?
Right.
See, touch in person, and then you can match with Amazon, price match with Amazon, and buy in person. Then.
And it's like the go-to place. You said 70% of the population lives within 15 miles. So yeah, when you think of something electronics, when Terry and I were kids, we'd go to Radio Shack and get electronics.
Right,
now you just go to Best Buy.
Yeah.
I'll go even in the Chicago area. I'll go back even further. Olson Electronics.
Whoa,
When
take
I
us
was
way
in
back.
grammar school. Yeah, that goes way back. I don't even want to think about how far back that goes. All right. Anything else on Best Buy? It's an interesting story.
It's an interesting story, and I think that's why, because of their strategies, all the changes that they made in their strategies, because of that, they have been just beating quarter after quarter consistently.
Yeah, considering not long ago, we were hearing nothing but they were on the ropes, and who knows if they're going to survive.
Yeah.
It just turns out people still want to go to the showroom, experience it, and if the price is the same, hey, I want to take it home today, not worry about shipping it.
Yeah.
In fact, I read that Amazon is thinking of opening some, brick and mortar stores for appliances and furniture, because those are the items which people prefer to, buy in store.
The death of the big box is greatly exaggerated.
Times are changing. Kevin, they don't have a showroom for the stuff that your company sells.
No, in fact, that's a good thing, because Edwards Lifesciences eliminates open heart surgery for a lot of people. So you don't need to open up this showroom, splitting the sternum.
Right.
That's because they make a heart valve that can be inserted into the patient using a catheter. So it's just an amazing procedure. And I love this story because the guy who started Edwards, and that's the namesake, he was an engineer. He was a civil engineer who specialized in hydraulics. right?
Oh, wow.
And then he had somebody in the family with a heart condition, so he really started, he's like, there's got to be a way. You know, the heart is just a pump. It's with valves. There's got to be a way that he could apply engineering expertise to that problem, and they basically invented this heart valve. So they call the procedure transcatheter aortic valve replacement, TAVR. And so they've got this specialized valve that they can insert, and they don't even have to go in and clean out the old original valve. It can be inserted right on top of the old aortic heart valve and work and functions. And they've done thousands of these procedures. So I was really excited about this company for a long time. As you know, I just started my new healthcare innovators portfolio.
Yeah.
So on day one, it was the first stock I wanted to buy, and good thing I did because they reported earnings that night and blew it out. So we were able to buy the stock in the 90s and watch the run up to 110. But I still love the stock, and that's a long-term portfolio where we'll hold it. But I bought it for my technical trading portfolio, Taser 2, around 113, because technically I liked it. The stock, gaps up to 110 and then just sits there at 110, building this base, waiting to go higher. So we went ahead and bought it the very next day. Goldman Sachs puts it on their conviction buy list with a target of 138. And that's just because they're the dominant players. You've got competition from a Boston Scientific or a Medtronic. Boston is probably the best competitor, but Edwards is considered one of the premier makers here, and they keep innovating new valves, new procedures. And so the growth is, we're looking at 13% revenue growth this year, slows down to 9% next year, but those are still just projections. We don't know. It's all about how doctors find patients and adopt the technology. Obviously, it's very important for the older patient, right, where the risks of surgery are so much higher.
Sure.
So, but for many patients, it's the way to go. And the EPS growth is 22% this year, slows down a little bit next year, but still, it's a long-term play. And so I really see the stock going to 120 this year and beyond.
Well, surgery is always better when it's minimally invasive.
Exactly.
Anyway, right? So, do either of you own either of these stocks?
Not personally, just for the two portfolios here.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for all of that. Don't forget, more information, not only on these two companies, but other stocks as well, on our website, Zacks.com. Get over to the homepage, and you can start perusing the stock picks, stock picking strategies, and commentary right from there. With Nina and Kevin, I'm Terry Ruffalo.